on, everybody? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another social production. We're doing it on Friday, December the 15th, 2023. That's right. We're halfway through the month. Where can you find these videos? Every Wednesday and Friday, dropped on Instagram to chopped up little pieces. Follow me there. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you'd like to fiscally support the show. What do we do around here? We get down and dirty. We have fun. Twice a week. All day, every day, 365, 24/7, 7-Eleven. We do it together as a gang, as a family, as one unit, as a global syndicate. Sips up to everybody out there, holding it down. We're almost there, baby. It's holiday season's in full gear right now. Oh man, I'm feeling good. Hope you're all feeling good out there. Sips up to everybody. And again, if it is your first time, do press that subscription button on Instagram and the YouTube, so you get the full-length videos on YouTube, so you get the reminders, tons of videos for you to check out. And again, it's a little podcast, little comedy podcast that we talk about everything and nothing, and we hang out and we have fun. So that's what we do. You get the full-length videos, and we give back to each other. It's like it's a give and take relationship here. Always thinking of you. I know you guys and gals are out there thinking of me. Everybody's thinking of each other, especially around the holiday season. It's feeling, festivities are feeling felt. It's nice. And I'm feeling like, again, in the spirit of giving, I went ahead and thought, I'm like, man, what do people want once again during the holiday season? Because I'm always like, oh, how do we give back? How do we do more? I'll say this. Before we get into that, though, wherever you are tuning in from, because we are global, our community's 365, baby, around that sphere that's just floating in midair. All right, so if you're anywhere in Canada, what's going on as per usual, down south in the United States, further down south in Mexico, further down south than that in South America, hopping over the ocean, crossing the barriers, getting to the other side. What's going on there in Africa, Asia, Europe, Australia, Papua New Guinea, Cambodia, Ghana, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Bosnia, wherever you are. Finland, hello, Peru, Portugal, Venezuela, everywhere else, you get the gist of it. Wherever you're tuning in from, hello and welcome back. If you've been with me from the get-go, you know what it is. If it is your first time, you're like, what's going on here, man? What do I expect to get here, man? You expect, I'll say this, high expectations lead to disappointment. Lower your expectations and all of a sudden the world becomes so much more into the world once you lower your expectations. God, it's such a, lower those bars, ladies, gents, just look, and then all of a sudden you step out and it's the small things that count. It's the small things that count, you know what I'm saying? It's that season to give back. And again, I put my ear to the pavement, listen on the street, see what's going on, and I'm like, man, what do people want so that I could deliver? I know you're out there trying to make love, trying to make babies, trying to make love without babies, just doing it with protection so that there are no babies involved, dude. Not for you. Ready, set, go? Not yet. We gotta wait for it a few years, few months, who knows? You're not ready for it, that's cool. But maybe you are procreating, that's also cool too. But let's say you aren't procreating, but you're still getting down and dirty. You still want to get down and go downtown. You still want to go to town is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that you trying to put your best shoes on, get dressed up, get in a car, hop on a van, hop on a skateboard, hop on an older lady's shoulders, get on a bus, take the tube, head on to the city center. I'm not talking about you going to town. I'm talking about you going to town, baby. Ladies and gents, I hope that monkey's jumping up and down right now. I hope you've been wet. I hope you've been hard. I hope you stay litty. But that's what it is. I know a lot of people, when it comes to making love, he struggles with the packaging on the condoms. No more. I says no more. It ends here with us. Ladies and gents, you don't have to suffer in silence. Oh, my hands are so, you're trying to be knee deep in that bone marrow with them fingers playing around the whatevs, dude. You know what it is. A little hanky-panky before the actual action. Before main course comes dessert. You're out there fooling around. You have time. You only got two hands, man. Same with the ladies. Maybe you're the one that takes the lead in grabbing the alcandan, unwrapping it, putting on your mans. But again, you've only got two hands as well. Same with you. You trying to work that pipe with the hand. Now who's, you know what I'm saying? So you strut, and then one of the two of you, one of you gets your dirty little hands on that little dirty little packet that's about to prevent babies from happening, which is cool. Hats off to you, gang, doing it for the pledge. Pledge only, no babies. Not yet for this couple. You'll say that to yourself out loud to high five each other. No babies, boning for funsies. So there is that struggle though. It's heated, it's going in. There's only, you don't want to, oh, I'm fidgeting, my hands are sweaty, I'm so into you right now. Who can focus on you with your beauty and all that gorgeousness, and then still focus on this little teeny tiny little package right here containing the protection. What's up with the condoms, right? So you struggle and it becomes a thing. But I thought to myself, how do I put an end to this? How do I stop millions of people? How do I make billions of people happy simultaneously this Christmas? You're like, you've already given us genital piercings for freezies, and I'll keep on giving, baby. So that's just, piercings aside, this is a subscription-based service. Shark Taint, Dragon's Breath, all the investors, the silent investors, the sugar daddies and sugar mamas. If you want to get involved on this action, subscription-based product where I'm thinking we have professional men and women that are hired based on a subscription model that hide out underneath people's bedrooms or beds rather. If they were hiding under their bedrooms, then that would require for the individuals who did subscribe to have like the upper floor or the second floor of sorts, so that you could be underneath you could be hiding in the living room or in the basement depending on how many floors they got. But idealistically, these professionals would be hired to hide out under the bed, ready to go 24/7, 365, living under your roof, so that when the occasion calls, could be twice a week, could be once a week, it could be twice a month, 4 times a week, 6 times a week, doing it all day, every day. It doesn't matter. It's a one-time payment that you pay every month, subscription, and these people come, they're ready to go. They've got their hands on the condoms, ready to go. So when you're going to town, or you're about to go to town, your hands are just all in all the crevices and all the orifices. You're poking her in her eye, getting her ready. You're nibbling on her ear, pulling on her hair. You're sucking on her toes. She's chewing off your cuticles, dude. She's doing all the moves that you like. She's just like, she's playing with your chest hair. She's removing your chest hair. She's waxing your chest hair. She's making a wig out of your chest hair. She's placing it on, she's made a little fake mustache out of your chest hair. She's putting it on your face because you shaved, but now you can pretend you got your mustache back tight. She's doing everything she likes to do with you to get you in the mood, baby. Guess what? Somebody's already under the bed, unwrapping, ready to roll it on your cock, son. So you don't need to worry about the little shit, dude. This is like, remember back in the day when people used to, like, for the majority of folks, people used to make their own food, but now you got like food delivery services up the yin yang, just DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, this, that, a guy on a motorcycle, a guy on a bike, guy on a kite, guy on a kayak, delivering food up the mountain, down the mountain, into the river, into the ocean, scuba diving, just to get you your little fucking nuggets, son, with that sauce. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But this is pretty much delivery for the condoms. You know what I'm saying? So instead of waiting, I'm so, because everybody's busy, you don't have time for that shit. And they'll roll it on your cock, dude. And you can, based on subscription, there will be tiers. You can get the rip and hand over, the rip and tip, just rip and tip right there. You can get the rip and slip, where the fellow or lady who's hiding under your bed will rip and slip. It's very easy. They rip, slip out the way. You don't even see them until you're ready for the next round, whenever that should come up. And then you got other, and then if you want to go platinum or gold, I don't know which, they can do it with mouth too, and that's not cheating because it's a subscription-based tier system that we've got. So it's not, if they put it on your cock with their mouth, lady or whatever. I'm not saying, for ladies too, if you want, we could do insertions of female condoms too. If you like somebody, a male or a female, depending on your preference, will come in there, hide underneath your bed. You're like, in this household, we only use female condoms. Somebody will get in there, slip it. It's the same thing. You can do the slip and tip, the slip and slide, or the oral. And with the ladies, they'll have to put it on their tongue and push. I don't know how, but we'll figure it out. We're doing it together. Shark Tank, Dragon's Den, silent investor, silent angels out there. Angels that are quiet. Silent angel partners. Partners who are so nice, that are like fucking angels. Silent type of angel motherfucking investor. That's what they call them. Silent angels. Silent angel investors. Guardians. Investors. Businessmen and women. Angels. Investing. You know what to do. Subscribe now. We're not ready to launch yet, but that will be definitely something that I'm looking forward to giving to the community, and that's a global subscription-based model right there, because we fucking reach everywhere, baby. You're out there in Antarctica, rip and slip right there. Out there in Peru, rip and slide. We'll do it all, baby. We'll do it all. Give him back. Give him back. Nice. Give him back. Ladies and gents, it's Friday. We're knee deep in the holiday season. The festivities are here. Winter's around the corner. I'm looking forward to just winter's that time where you slow down just a little bit as the season just, as it changes gear, it slows you down for a little bit. You spend time with your family, with your friends, with yourself. If you're out there, you're lonely by yourself, it's okay, 'cause you're not alone. You're not alone is what they say, 'cause you got you and me inside you, inside you. So is what it is that things slow down a little bit inside you. You're not. That's what it is, baby. So what it is that it gives you a little bit of time to reassess. That's that time that you reassess, and then you get ready for the new year, son. 2024 is about to come up, and 2024 is all goods, because it's like fucking even numbers, dude. Let's get rid of that 3, put in a solid 4, dude. A 2, 2024, dude. I see a 2 in there, I see a 0 in there. Could count as a digit, it could not count as a digit. So you got another 2, that's 2 2s, so that's 4 right there, and then you got another 4. That's 2 2, that's 4, and then another 4. That's 8, dude. 8 is a solid number. 8 is a good numerically speaking, I'm satisfied with 2024 coming up. I like the way it looks on the papers. I like the way it looks on the calendars. I like the way it hangs. I like the way it's feeling. It's got potential. 2024 is our year, dude. 2024 is our year, just as every other year has been our year for the past 34, 33, 44 fucking years, dude. It's our year, dude. Every year is our year, baby. And this year is going to be our year even more. Because we're going to grab the year by the fucking you-know-what, dude. Let's go, ladies and gents. I don't know. From different angles. We're going to grab 2024 by different angles. Just fucking gnaw on 2024, dude. Fucking right there. 2024 is waiting in the horizon. So I'm excited. You slow it down a little bit. Then you crank it up. Step by step, step by step, step. And then that's how we do in 2024. Just cranking it out, cranking it up. Cranking. Fucking doing it, dude. I'm excited is what I'm trying to say. And it's just, it's just good to be in that mindset right now. Exciting events. One of the biggest things that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. One of the most important things that's going on in and around the world. Groundbreaking news. Groundbreaking story. Breaking news. Breaking, shattering news story. It's a story. It's not even news anymore. What's the difference between news and stories? It's just stories that are told as news. So, whatever, it doesn't even matter. The point is that, ladies and gentlemen, I recently saw that they've built a mind-reading helmet in Sydney, Australia. Hello, mate. Hello, the governor. Putting a shrimp on the barbie, putting a mind-reading helmet in my head, eh? Aussies, dude. Sydney, dude. Getting there, boxing with them. Kangaroos, dude. That's what happens, man. You start boxing with a couple of kangaroos. Starts off from CTE, and the next thing you know, you're like, I need to come up with ways to reach the minds, dudes. Ladies and gents, so that's what they did, man. In Australia, they've done it. They're doing it. I'm not sure if other places are doing it too as well, but it is a device that gets placed on your head. And there's different things that we're doing, right? There's Elon Musk doing insertions with the chipperoos that are coming in. There's the helmet that's non-invasive in this manner. It's just, it goes on top of here. So you got options out there, but we are stepping, dude, in different directions of like mind reading and mind reading tech, which is exciting. I'm I'm not advocating for it. I'm not advocating against it. I'm not advocating for nothing. When we stand here is we stand with the people, for the people, by people, for people, for people, by people, for by people. We stand for by people. For people who happen to be by people. Like they're products of people, but they also happen to be by. All four of them are by. For people, by people. For the people, by the people. I think that's what it meant. For the people, by the people. That's right. 4 people at a time, and they all got to be by. I think that's the message. But we are inventing together. You might have been behind all of this to begin with, just as many inventions around the world. When you really look at it, when you lift all the rocks, when you flip them over, you see a little fingerprint. No big deal. Your boy's working out there. I don't like to brag. Did I push for it? Yes. Did I come up with the maths? Yes. Did I punch in the zeros and ones personally? Maybe not. We're not out there trying to be like, who did which part of we're all lifting together. We are all doing the heavy lifting. We're all contributing to science, to the arts, to humanity, to the fucking queefing out there, dude. I personally have queefed so much this month. So much so that I fully, in my heart of hearts, I know that if the books were to open up and if people were to have a look and see how much did people contribute in terms of queefing, per capita, you'll see, the zigzags on the lines and everything, and then you'll see a huge spike. And if you zoom in, this guy fucking doing a split, queefing hard, days in, days out. Because I reps it hard, and I puts it down and I puts it up, dude. I will do it. Whatever it takes for the team is all I'm trying to say. So at one point, they're going to need you to queef. At one point, we're going to have to get there, roll up our sleeves, and come up with a mind-reading device mechanism, machine, sort of thing. So it got me excited because I'm like, we're one step closer. Where do we say one step at a time? Oh, wait, that's right here. So yeah, again, I don't like to go back and be like, who built it? Who invented the old mind-reading tech? All right, I may have been far removed from this one. It's all the way in Australia, dude. But like in terms of, we work together globally. But that's aside the point. I'm excited for this piece of technology. I don't know what to think of it. I do like, here's the thing. I always say to myself, and I'm kind of this like, honesty is the best policy, bros. Ladies, lasses, lads, gals, boys, girls, men's, women's, ladies, gents. Chicos, chicas, senors, senoritas. That's what it is. The masculines and the feminines, all together. I do believe that honesty is the best policy. So, mind reading tech does get me hard. I was partially hard, half chub for sure, 3/4 ready to go full launch, but gotta also just. Gotta reserve some of that juice, baby. So it wasn't like it didn't get me popping, but it did get me excited. Not gonna lie to you. So I'll say this: mind reading tech. I think we just gotta prepare ourselves in terms of. We do have to. It does. Here's the thing, because I think we gotta prepare ourselves for if we want mind reading technology, or if we want some sort of telepathy. If you can just look at a fella and know what he's saying without having to use your mouth. Or you look at a lady, and you're like, man, we don't need to talk, dude. It's just silent, but I can see what you're thinking. I can read what you're thinking. That is pretty dope. But also we do appreciate sounds. That's the whole music and arts and movies, you name it, just random everyday talking, not even in the art, just hearing sound is pretty nice. Hearing something, sonic, the sense of, just sound going through your ears, coming out the other side. It just sounds good. It feels right. If there's a beat going on, you feel different beats give you different vibes. So sound affects you. Sound is important. We can't go full silent. Maybe one day we will. Maybe that's futures. That's fucking humans, morphing into something with machinery. With, we're gonna become half bots. Whatevs, dude. Alien life. What's up? Put it up. I'm downs with it. But that's the thing. I think eventually, if everybody we'd have to. What I'm trying to say is that we'd have to. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that without trying to say anything, I say that we gotta prep ourselves. We gotta prep ourselves for because like that's the thing. We say honesty is the best possible. I think a lot of times, just people in general, like all of us, like in order to like have things floating in an orderly fashion, we come up with like certain rules and regulations, and they're very, if it's, for them, they are, you got to do this here, you got to do that there, you got to say this here, you can't say that there. There's certain things, and like, or not that you can't say anything. There are, that's the thing though. There are certain guidelines as to how to live, quote unquote, like a normal societal life. But I think like what I'm trying to say is that if we get mind reading, if we get full access to people's thoughts, I think that'll definitely be an altering, it'll have an altering impact or effect on society and how we conduct ourselves. Because you're seeing people's raw thoughts, everything, dude, ladies and gents. And that's when we gotta have options. One, are you gonna be okay with just hearing everybody's just raw thoughts, dude? You ready to raw dog thoughts? Raw dogging thoughts would be wild. If you saw everybody's raw, just unfiltered, they're not even fully cooked thoughts. There's blips of words. You just walk by, zoom in on somebody, and just see the randomest words and sequences of thoughts. From the most lighthearted shit to the most darkest aspects of humanity. You might just, because that's the thing, that's what I mean when you go outside, everybody has to maintain a certain level of quote unquote normalcy, and that's what it is when you see people, like somebody's out there having a bad day, just picking a fight with themselves out in public, about to just like, put themselves in a chokehold, in a triangle, and just knock themselves out, or they get into it with somebody. You see instances of people like, flipping out and like rage behind a vehicle, just stuck in traffic somewhere, road rage. You see this. So like when certain things like that happen, you're like, oh, this is, breaking little by little the bits of normalcy. So on a daily basis, you go out there, you conduct yourself, is what I'm trying to say, in a particular manner. And this is, again, it's your tone, what you say, how you treat people, all that shit. We've agreed upon without, and it's come through hundreds of thousands of, like, it's cooperation and just exchanging whatever it is that these, transactions of, human connection, they come together, you say something, the other person says something else, you do something, you conduct a life together, which is, it could be partnerships, businesses, friendships, whatever, family members. You do these things but then you get raw thoughts that are just like, you wake up, you look at your partner and like, 6:30 a.m. and like, you see the wildest shit in there. Or your children, you're just like walking around, you're like getting access to their mind right there. Like that's what your kid thinks. Or, so, we gotta either, and that's the thing too. Do we then just like teach ourselves to be, what do we do with the raw thoughts? Because that's the thing, like right now, like there's no such, it's tricky, right? There's definitely certain things that you, like if you, well, in real life action, if you do something that's like horrendous, that's obviously like everybody's like blatantly, that's like, okay, murder is wrong. If somebody murders you, you're going to jail, there's repercussions. But like with speech, there's a lot of leeway, there's a lot of freedom. Well, not in all places. There's definitely, more, there's more freedom in some places than others. But with speech is what I'm trying to say. You get to say things. But then there is also that point where if you say something that there might be like, you might find yourself at odds with others if you say something that's maybe not. But imagine having access to everybody's thoughts then. So then you because with things, people, at least out of, again, that compromise, that exchange, that silent shake hand agreement that we've done together, we're going to like conduct ourselves, quote unquote, civil, in a civilized manner, quote unquote, whatever that means. We still, yes. So, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is that, would you be okay seeing everybody's raw thoughts, raw, dirty little thoughts? Hell yeah. Or at that point, do we train people not to have those thoughts? And in which case, then it becomes thought control. Then, because you're like, okay, this person's having these thoughts, whatever thought they may be. They're not the quote unquote normal thoughts. Do we then, force them to somehow, or like train them to somehow have different thoughts And again, if that is, I guess we already are kind of practicing mind control, like always, like not mind control in that sense, but like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, dude. I like this technology. All I'm trying to say is that, are we going to be a-okay with like raw thoughts, or are we going to be doing like, you know, getting in there and be like, this frame of thought needs more? Because it could get tricky, dude. It does take away, I guess, if we were to, you know, if you were to get chipped, or if you were to get a helmet, and if your thoughts became like raw thoughts revealed to society, and there are potential because there are places where you could, like, there are places right now in the world where you could say certain things, you could end up in jail, you could end up, you know, getting, you know, persecuted and all that. But imagine they saw your thoughts and you don't need to say it, and they're like, oh, this guy's thinking that thing, or that lady's thinking that thing, fuck, I'm right there, dude. So that's cray cray. But also, if it does lead us to just becoming more accepting of others, and like realizing that because that it does bring into question, like, what are even humans, and like thoughts, what is this interaction with words and thoughts, and the sounds that where do they come from, the thoughts, original thoughts? Because like, we learn things as a species. You don't come out the womb knowing things. Nobody does anything, right? You just come out, experience, learn. So, and nothing is really your own. Everything's really like borrowed upon other people's ideas, words, things that have been written down, you know, skills that have been learned, that have been passed down through generations of just like humans doing human shit, right? So certainly, definitely something interesting to think about. Would you guys want to read other people's mind? I do like the aspect of the honesty aspect. I would love to have it, because yeah, there's sometimes, like, you know, in any relationship, really, you just like, it would be nice to look at somebody and be like, yes, yes. But also, like, there is that, you know, but then that would be very robotic too, if everybody, because then there would be no excitement of like getting to know somebody. There's also the loss of the mystery, the mystique of the person, the adventure, the, you know, the adrenaline that's pumping through your veins, because you're like, oh, this lady's, you know, a new lady, or this fellow's a new fellow, or this friend is a new friend. I can't wait to explore, I guess. But like, if you just look at him, you're like, man, yeah, we according to the vibes, silently, that is, we are vibing. And that's all. And you're not even gonna stay that, dude. So you're just gonna look at each other and just fucking high five in silence. What's the point of high fiving? You already know you're the same vibes. You're like, oh, best friends. He's just looking at a person, right? And like, mind high five, which is not as rewarding as an actual physical high five, dude. Because one of these bad boys fucking gets you going. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking like 7:30 in the PMs. We're doing some fun high fives. Fucking just, oh, or like you get excited, you like fist somebody as a friendship fisting, dude. Yeah, we're having such a good time fisting. Whatever, dude, whatever your thing. Oh, we're having such a great time, scissor time. That's what it is. But then if you just like, if you girlfriends is just like, you know, you're out there with your girlfriends, a bunch of ladies, it's a lady, and oh, we're all having a great time in silence, and like, you will never ever have a moment where you're like, we're having such a great time, let's scissor, ladies. You'll never do that, because you'll look at each other like, everybody is scissor vibes, but we just feel it and see it, and so it's like, we've already done it, and it would probably make human life a little bit less. It wouldn't be what it is today. It wouldn't be. So what I'm trying to say is that enjoy the high fives, enjoy the random fisting events with your friends. Enjoy going out there with your friends, ladies out there having a ball, and then just like, oh man, this is a great evening, 11:30 at Stacy's house, pillow fight, champagne everywhere, scissoring. All that will be just a silent thought, and it will probably be guided in a direction so you avoid the whole pillow fight situation. Maybe it's best if Stacy invited friends over and didn't have a drink, and there was no real sleepover, it was just people lying right next to each other, no grinding, no scissoring. Because that's not productive. You're gonna have to get up and go to work tomorrow morning like a little robot that you are. So scissor now while you can is what I'm trying to say, man. Scissor now, scissor hard, but also in moderation. Because we've done a good job thus far. I mean, society's fucking functioning, dude. 365 for thousands of years. We do it. You know, every once in a while, it's just like it's good to look back and be like, yo, we do. Yes, we are a wild species. We are, you know, beautiful, cray out there. But like, for the most part, it does work. For the most part, it does work. Humanity, for the most part, does work. Yes, we've got our whatevs, dude. But for the most part, it does work, dude. For the most part, we are 69ing and scissoring and fisting at a good, you know, fisting to productivity ratio. Because you can't, like, that's what it is. I think that's what it is, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what that is, but I got excited because I'm like, mind reading tech, dude. I like telepathy. I like looking at people and try to convey something. You're like, I love you. And just nothing, dude, nothing back, right? So you think it, you're like, love you, right there. No, nothing. So it's like, but imagine you looked at somebody, you're like, and your heart's beating, but you don't have to say nothing. That does it would come in handy if you were to like fucking look at somebody and you're like, I feels the vibes, and you're like, I'm gonna look at them and see if they feels the vibes. Because right now you'd have to get like, you get full-blown rejection in public. You might go up to somebody and be like, I feels the vibes, just like that, and be like, get away from me, you freak, and just like splash hot coffee in your face. You're like, yeah, burnage, 3rd degree, 1st, 2nd degree burnage on me skin right here, just because I put myself out there. But imagine you looked at somebody and you're like, I feels the vibes, and they're like, get away from me, you freaking, there's emojis of little coffee cups just fucking like being splashed in your face. So at least you'd avoid the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd degree burn, depending on the severity of the, how exposed was your skin. Were you wearing layers? Were you protected? Did you have a full body condom suit on to protect you from potential beverages being thrown your way? Was the coffee maybe not too hot? You know what I'm saying? Did she kind of have a few sips? Was it a nice coffee? I mean, it's disgusting. You're still, it's sugar, it's sticky, it's wet, but at least you didn't get any. So there's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. It could, potentially, or in like businesses, you like look at, you go into a bank and automatically you know if you're gonna get that loan or not. You're not gonna have to go like sit there, have a conversation, wait out. You just look at somebody, the bank manager, no, okay, turn around, head back, recruit, regroup, reprogram, redirect, come back whenevs, in silence. So everything would be just, we'd lose a lot, we'd gain it, we'd be doing things more proficiently, just a little bit more fucking robotically, and more fucking, it's more digital, I'll say that. Things will be more digital, things will be more, again, automated. Sometimes, like, you cut down on a lot of time, because communication takes time, messages take time to get across, right? But imagine you just looked at somebody and you knew what was up. And again, you'd get a mixed bag, right? You get extra information that you probably didn't want to know, but you knew exactly where you stood on things that you wanted to know, and that would be nice. Pure. That there is something nice to just have. Like, I do love pure conversations. Just pure conversation. Just get to the raw meat of it. Oh, I love that. I do like small talk too. Don't get me wrong, because a lot of time I love small talk and I love big talk. But I do, if there was an option to sometimes just like cut through and like just have the reels. A lot of times, I want to. I love small talk. A lot of times, small talk leads to big talk. I don't want to because sometimes people are like, I'm not a fan of small talk, dude. Love small talk. Whoa, the camera just did a whole beep, bop, boop. I did get ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is what happens when you're running an operation that is bare bone. That is it's a one-man operation. Just last week, I did break the old gimbal, and now I got a new gimbal, and now bear with me a few seconds. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Do not worry your pretty little faces. Daddy's here. Daddy's gonna take care of it. Daddy needs a minute. Don't rush Daddy. Hold on a second. So yes, last week I did break the old gimbal, and I had to invest in a new one, and this is a new one right here. So we are working with new tech. This is because your boy's all about the tech. Beep, boop, boop. Right there, dude. Right there. What were we even talking about? It doesn't matter. It does matter. It matters so much. God, I'm so fucking tech savvy, dude. I just fixed it. It just beep, boop, boop. Fucking right there, dude. Laser. Beep, boop, boop. Oh, man. Hold on a sec, ladies and gents. There we go. I think that's good enough. That's the motto around here. That's good enough. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It is a social production. That's good enough. That's our motto. It's good enough. It's good enough. how we do things. What were we even talking about before we had last week I did have a little, the gimbal, the iSteady Pro broke on me after a few years. I had to invest in one, and this is a new one. So where if you heard the beep boop boop and you've never heard the beep boop boop, this is new tech coming into work, dude. Beep boop boop right there. Fucking charging and larging and charging. What you were saying, dude? Mind reading is pretty dope, so that's what it is. Let me know if you like to read minds. Let me know if you're pro chip. Maybe you're pro. Maybe you're like into the non-invasive. Maybe you like a helmet. Maybe you like the sunglasses that are coming out with fucking like cameras on them. The Googles, the Metas, the whatever, the big tech companies where you can like have the computer right there in your phone, your PC, your Mac, everything in a sunglasses, and you're looking and recording, and it's recording you. It's taking out information and information on information, meta information. You're just like walking, and you're a cyborg. You're a friggin' cyborg, dude, before you know it. So, moral of that story, fist whenever you can, scissor whenever you can, man. Because in about a few decades, it'll all be just mind scissoring. And I don't know if it'll be as good, but definitely less moist. So, enjoy it while it lasts. In the meantime, we're heading into 2024. It's going to be a wet one this year. I feel like it's going to be a wet one. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, as you may have already heard, as you may have already seen, story time, groundbreaking news story time, globally story time, breaking of the news, shattering the news, taking a sledgehammer to a story and creating news with it. 1,200 tons of dead fish. Do you like your fish alive? Let's do that again. 1,200 tons of dead fish. Do you like fish that aren't? Do you like fish that are fish float? 1,200 tons of dead fish wash ashore in Japan. 1,200 tons of dead fish wash ashore in Japan. You enjoy fish, don't you? Everybody's wondering now all across the globe. They're like, what could it be? I wonder what these fish, why is there 1,200 tons? That's so many tons. Do you know how much 1,200 tons of dead fish? Do you know how many fish that is? It's a lot of fish, dude. It's 12,000 kilograms of fucking fish. That's a lot of, wait, hold on. 1,200 tons. Each ton is 1,000 kilograms. 1,000 to 1,200,000 kilograms. Holy shit. That's cray-cray. That's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of fish are dying. A lot of fish have already died. And everybody's thinking, first, everybody's jumping to the conclusion. It's so easy to jump to conclusions, is first of all, I'll say that. Everybody can easily point to the recently, quote-unquote, treated nuclear wastewater that was just dumped into the ocean. And everybody can point to the old treated water that's in the ocean right now and saying that could be the cause of these fishes to no longer be floating. No, wait, they are floating up top. No longer be swimming, that's right. No longer capable of both swimming and floating. They're just fucking stagnant on floating. Why? Because they dead. They dead. Some people might jump to that conclusion and be like, exactly, I knew it. There's going to be nuclear wastewater in the water, man. You kill the fish, man. That's what it is. Yeah, skirt, hold your horses, sister, mister. Before you put the horse before the carriage, or the carriage before the horse, and before you dangle a carrot in front of a horse's mouth and say, yippee-ki-yay, horsey, going on an adventure, you're going to get this carrot, man. Spank that ass. Poor little horse, he doesn't know. A carrot's not even a real carrot. It's an illusion, man. The point is, ladies and gents, that it's easy to jump to conclusions. But before you jump to conclusions, need I remind you that there could be a whole vast array of possibilities out there that could be the potential cause of the death of 1,200 tons of fish. Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen. Let's examine our quote-unquote victims here. Fish. Quite possibly the cold-blooded animals were out there just, first of all, they're wet. These guys are slippery. They are constantly shitting in the water So that's one thing. They're constantly, these guys are filthy animals, filthy, disgusting animals. Fish are eating and then farting and shitting right next to it, and it's everywhere. And then they'll eat that again. They might, or other fish might. The bigger fish eat whatever they want. Sometimes they'll take huge dumps, turds, large, and then smaller fish will eat that. Maybe not. I don't know. But ask yourself this: 1,200 tons of fish ended up dead in the water. Instead of jumping to conclusions and say that's got to do with treated nuclear wastewater, let me ask you, were these fish wholesome fish? Or were they some sort of maybe they were like a gang of hooligans of fish? Maybe they were wild fish. Because I've seen these fish are wild. Irresponsible sons and daughters of bitches swimming upstream, swimming downstream. Have you seen fish jump in midair to catch a little bit of air? You don't catch air fish. Stay down. You've seen them just coming up to the, I'm gonna poke my head out the water. Get down there, dude. You're gonna die. So maybe they're just wild. Maybe they party too much. Maybe these fish were not wholesome family fish. Maybe these fish did not have jobs. Maybe these fish did not have obligations. Maybe these fish did not have mortgages. Maybe they were a gang of just loose fish. Maybe they were partying one time. Maybe they party all the time. Maybe they party so hard one time that they just they got together in their clubhouse. 1,200 tons of fish got into their private members only clubhouse. Hookers all around. Blow as far as the eye can see, and they're just sniffing, bumping lines off each other's fins and fucking laying eggs, dude, as fish do. Right there. It makes you want to gag. But also, you are a fan of good times, so it is also admirable. Maybe they were just good people having a good time, fish people. Maybe they were just good fish having a good time. Don't judge a fish by the activities a fish does, man. There's different fish for everybody out there. Maybe they were lovely fish. Maybe they were the rebels of the sea fish that are fucking, going against whichever the flow is, like upstream or downstream. Man, these are good fish, man. I'm beginning to think these are good fish. What if these were the best fish? What if these were the best fucking fish you'd ever seen, man? What if, sure, in your ideological and your, utopian worldview of the world of if you believe there's only one thing for everybody, maybe these fish maybe they didn't walk the narrow path, maybe they didn't do things not on regular fish bait, but they were still fish. They were good fish, goddammit. Sure, maybe they didn't wear briefcases and suitcases on their shoulders. Sure, maybe they didn't attend office meetings as often as they should have. Sure, maybe they missed a few birthdays here and there, but they're good fish. They're good, honest fish. And at the end of the day, when you're running a clubhouse and you like to get your family that are really the recluse of society, who have at one point called themselves maybe lost souls, but have come together and formed a family, forged, a family, a unit, and have mobilized as one, thousands of years, generation through generation, like a nomadic fish people that they are. Maybe they're good people just having a ball, dude. It is the holiday times. I ever think of that? Maybe it's the Christmas season. They're like, let's get a little bit of Coke. But that's the thing, dude. Rival gang of fish got in there and saw a good thing, and they're like, you know what? These fish are I've had enough of this shit. There's not enough room in the ocean for the two of us, for the both of us, for the whole, I don't know, many fish. There's not enough room for enough fish. There's not enough room in the ocean for this. Too much of us, they'll say that. And then maybe one of them or a bunch of them snuck in there in the fish clubhouse that fucking ruled, dude, and sprinkle a little bit of fentanyl into the old cocaine that the fish like to dabble in. And guess what? Next morning, they all didn't fucking wake up. They didn't wake up. They had no chance. Blindsided. Caught off guard. Just one day they thought they'd have a good time. Every day it's Finding Nemo. Every day there's a challenge. Every day there's a shark. There's a bigger fish. Manja. Watch out for the fins. Watch out for the tentacles. Watch out for the shark. Watch out for the hammerhead shark. Watch out for the Phillips head shark. Watch out for the drill head shark. Watch out for the Watch out for the fish that aren't even a shark, dude. Watch out for them. Yeah, watch out for them. Also support the other, like there's fish, dude. There's also, and there's aggressive waves of water and all that shit. And then one day you're like, let's have a good time. Let's get the clubhouse. Let's go to the clubhouse and there's the holidays. Let's party a little bit. And you get fucking blindsided by a bunch of hater fish, rival hater gang of fish, filthy animals. Maybe they sabotaged the old clubhouse. Maybe that's how we ended up with 1,200 tons of fish. So instead of jumping to conclusions, instead of pointing fingers, instead of asking yourself as to whether or not you should be consuming fish from a particular region of the world, I say, look out into the horizon. Go inside, go into the body of water. Spend a little bit of time in the body of water. Live life as you normally would. Because at the end of the day, there's just so many chemicals and so many different things. And at the end of the day, those fish, anything could have caused that. Anything, really. You don't have to think about that. I don't want to think about that. Fish is safe to eat, man. Fish are good, man. The ocean's safe, man. Surf's up. Cowabunga. Let's get it. So, to that I say, don't jump to conclusions. It could be anything. And that's how it goes, bruv. That's the circle of life right there. Circle of life right there, son. I'll say this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful for everything that's just, we're doing it one step at a time together, but I do want to set the record straight. I do want to set the record straight because this guy has decided something moving forward. From now on, moving forward, this guy will not conduct, I will not get into any, if we're doing a drug deal, I will no longer be a part of any drug deals, any drug trade-offs, any drug pushing or moving, or unless it is above $100,000. That is a line that I've drawn in the sand moving forward. From now on, I will not get into business, in the drug trade business, unless we're talking at least 100K and over, dude. No more, because somewhere you got to draw the line. And that's what I decided. Just sitting down thinking about, like, if I were to get involved and ever push 100,000, because like it's easy to like think small and be like, let's get it. I want a lot in terms of like pushing a lot. Packages, bricks. I'm thinking planes. I'm thinking, a lot of cargo. I'm thinking shipments being dropped off at the airport, picked up at the airport. I want the connects right there to the jungles, straight to the jungles. This is why we are a global syndicate after all. Having connections across the globe helps. Visiting South America, I've never done that, but I should probably. Making a trip to South America, put it on the list. And remember, if you two are going to be doing anything, and I don't condone anything, but this guy has made a decision. In order to really commit, you really that's what it is. That's what it is. You got to just, no more chump change in terms of just like, oh, a little package here, a little package. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm talking mansions filled with, I want the entire drug compound mansion to be made of coke. You've never seen a mansion made of coke, have you? That's right. Only on Gladyamadeit. There, you saw that the first time you ever see, because you've seen mansions built of ice, you've seen houses made of ice, you've seen communities made of ice. You've seen people go into the sand and get down on their hands and knees, on all fours, just being just a bunch of dirty little sand monkeys right there. It's sand in my crotch, sand in my crotch. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's sand, it's so itchy. Oh, I need a little bit of help. I got sand in my side tit. Classic. could somebody help me with these sands on my side tit right there? And oh, sorry, right there. That's right. Oh, it's still dripping, dripping, dripping. I got sand in my side tit. You'll say that. You've seen that. People do that. But the point of this is that you've never seen houses built with copious amounts of coke. So a whole compound of coke. Workers in this compound are also made of coke, dude. You've never seen a drug organization, cartel, kingpin, just all of it. It's just because you've seen marble floors, you've seen marble desks, you've seen statues of golden tigers and lions and shit, but you've never seen the entire facility just be made of powder, so that they know, like it's like a gingerbread cookie, but it's like a coke house made of coke, all of it, pure, down south in the Colombia. So that's a decision that I made personally, because a lot of people wait for the new year to come by and they're like, my New Year's resolution. This guy said, if it's below 100K, don't even fucking come at me. No more pushing light shit, dude. I don't want to see fucking packages being dropped off in cars and little helicopters, private jets, private planes, submarines, dude. That's where it's at. We're taking it up a level and we're going below the water. We're going below where people seem to have only explored a little bit. We want to explore even more, because you're like, man, we thought drug trafficking only takes place in air. No, son, the fucking water is where it's at, son. Ask yourself this: how much of your body is made of water? No, wait, different question. Ask yourself this: how much of the earth is made of water? Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love y'all. Where can you find these videos? Every Wednesday, every Friday. Drop in the heat, dude. Just fucking, this is the heat, and I'm fucking dropping it right there. You pick it up on Instagram. Follow me there. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length video. Check out patreon.com/RobSachi if you'd like to physically support the show. The New Year's right around the corner. So is Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy festivities, everybody. Happy holidays. I hope you're doing well. Have a blast out there. Take care of yourselves. I love y'all. I'll see y'all back here again next week. Peace out.